I'm going to drown you. I'm going to drown you like a sack of dumb puppies.
Hey yo, voiced, welcome in. I will get that hydrate right out of the way. Happy Monday to you. How are you doing? There we go. Sit up, stretch. Let's get you a shout out on the way here. Doing good. Nice. Love to hear it. But yeah, we're just kind of doing something a little different today. It was gonna be a hobby night, but it is too hot and humid, and it keeps destabilizing my paints. So that's no good. However, I did have a backup plan. Yo, welcome in, Cuttlefish. How are you doing? Happy Monday to you. But yes, I did have a backup plan. Apparently I was prepared. I mean, this is from the end of 2024, but it was recorded for this very purpose. So, it should be fun. A backup for the backup plan. Exactly. We're going on a tour. So yeah, I recorded this in September of 2024. I was riding to a place called Prior Lake up through the Victoria Highlands. So yeah, you gotta ride in a basket. We're on a bike. So yeah, I hope this works. I hope you enjoy. I'll try and call things out as I see them. The start seems to be a little laggy. It doesn't like loading. It is a large file. It was only like an hour and 19 minutes long ride. But this is the prototype, I guess. The Galloping Goose. It's what the locals used to call the train that used to go down there. Because of the clicky-clack, click-click-clack, click-click-clack of the train going down the old rails. I don't know where the goose part came in, but Hong Kong, I guess, kind of train sounds, maybe. It's a better guess than I've ever had. So yeah, if I were to stick to this road and go a little further, there'd be another like trail connector to get in, but this is supposedly one of the shorter ways. It's hard to tell, but a lot of these roads are really quite steep. Especially later on when I get into the actual Highlands themselves. Yeah, no, signaling left. Yeah, I use hand signals because I usually, more often than not, I'll take the lane. So I just want to make sure anyone coming up behind me knows what I intend to be doing. So yeah, now we are actually entering the grounds of the Thetis Lake National Park here. Oh, what's the matter, Jinx? Yeah? Actually, that reminds me, before we get too caught up here. Here, I'm just gonna pause the playback on this for half a second. I want to make sure... Do I have... Mountain and hills tend to be steep, yes. I love this area though, like it's such a nice like wooded area. And there's a really lovely lake too, if I were to follow the trail all the way into the park. And lots of arbutus trees. I don't know if... They're not really common in many other places in the world. Oh, here, let's go back here just a second. Let's see, can we get a better look at... Yeah, the arbutus tree here on the left. They're kind of neat. They're they've got this flaky, smooth bark that's always constantly like peeling off on its own. But the underbark is always like this nice vibrant green. And the outer flaky bark is always like this weird orangey red. Kind of like birch, but also still kind of different. Birch bark is like more fibrous. And this stuff's really not fibrous at all. And there's some more here. It's also protected. We're not allowed to cut them. And yeah, these trails are multi-use trails, but they are more so built with hikers in mind. So they do get a little steep in places. How often do I run into people? Not too often, especially not on this one. Because this is just a little one that connects the park to the outer community. You can, I don't know, you could probably just barely hear me mumbling to myself. The bike that I'm riding in this one, I put a set of hybrid tires on, because I do a fair mix of like gravel or road. And there's the Trans-Canada Highway, just off to our left, or to the right. And that connects that highway in particular connects like the entirety of the island. For the majority of it, I think there's a couple of communities that you have to take like offshoot highways to get to, but here. There, road noise shouldn't be so bad now. With this particular bike, the fastest I'm probably getting going on any of this is probably 20 kilometers an hour. But yeah, I try not to go too fast on these multi-use trails just because I know that there are hikers. This is a pretty steep decline. So I'm like, yeah, I'm holding my brakes. I'm standing up prone, so I'm more visible around corners and I have better visibility. And yeah, I could tell that there was coming up some hikers and a dog. I do have a bell on my bike. Oh, actually, I don't have it. It doesn't look like I have it on the handlebars at this point in time. But I'm always sure to like let people know that I'm coming up behind them. I'll say like coming up on your left or coming up behind you or something. But yeah, these trails now get pretty popular. Because yeah, it's just a lovely... Just yell ding ding. Exactly. And yeah, here, if I go back a little bit. There's lots of little offshoot like deer trails that people create. Yeah, like here on the right. This would just kind of wind around and end up reconnecting further in later on. Here, let's see. Do I have a converter for speed? Then yeah, here, this trailhead leads out into the parking lot for Thetis Lake. And then, yeah, you can just barely see the lake there as I come around the corner. But I'm basically taking the exit of the park to get to the goose connector into the lake. No, it's so cold at this time of year. Actually, no, September, it still would have been pretty... it would have been colder than I liked. And yeah, another really steep hill. Hence why I'm zigzagging a little bit. And just to kind of cut the hill up a bit. These are fun. Okay, so 20 kilometers an hour is equal to 12.4 miles per hour. But yeah, I love this park. There's a whole bunch of really nice like walking and hiking trails all through this park. It's also one of the preferred places to go for swimming. Speed bumps. Yeah. Here's the parking lot on the right there. You can see a whole bunch of cars there already. I'm taking the fire road on the left here. Another really steep hill. Not bike. Okay, yeah. There's a lot of that out here too. Here we go, another hiker coming up. Oh, trail runner. Lots of these around. And sometimes you can find wild blueberries growing in these areas. Runners make it see. Always. It's hilarious. And they always seem so like exhausted at like any point in their run. Like I'm sure they're enjoying themselves, but they never look like they're having a good time. But yeah, it's always nice. You can just kind of cruise through these places. It's nice and quiet. I mean, you can faintly hear some of the road noises coming through the neighboring, neighborhoods. Riding just seems all right. I don't like it. I don't like feeling the impact going through my body. And that's why I prefer cycling. It's a whole different set of muscle groups. It doesn't feel nearly as exhausting. And by the time I do feel exhausted, it's probably because I've done like a massive amount of kilometers. Like when I did 100K for 2 days in a row. That was a little exhausting, yeah. But oh my god, that was so much fun and worth it. yeah, there's gonna be a few points where I'm like stopping like this. I'm either, yeah, fueling up or stopping to check the battery condition on the GoPro. I'm still not 100% certain for the condition on these batteries anymore. How dare you, Henry? Oh, and it's the black bottle too, so that is a, and we've got a black bottle and a white bottle. The white bottle is always just pure water. And black bottle is a, what is the, it's a hydration mix. Crap, what is the electrolyte mix? That's what I'm talking about. And yeah, from this point on, well, not this point on, but from this point for a while, now that we are in the actual Highlands, it is nothing but climbing. There's a few like downhill and roller coastery areas, but there's not too much flat. But I love these neighborhoods. The houses are all kind of neat. There's always like some funky trees and gardeny stuff going on. Japanese maples there. And T-Lung's watching. I like climbing. Though, so I was looking at the route plan for this a few days in advance before actually going out on this ride. I knew it was going to be a challenge. But still, there's a section here where it becomes like hairpin like turn switchback kind of situation, but also still really steep, and I had to hop off. I had to walk it for a moment. It defeated me. That it was a mix that it was difficult, like it was like super steep, and a slight lack of confidence in my, I was using what are they? Clipless shoes, which is a weird misnomer. They have like mechanical clips that lock into the pedals. I really do not like the idea of getting stuck on a hill while being locked into my pedals and falling over. But yeah, these Highlands roads are really nice. I mean, they're not necessarily parks, it's just the properties are all just so spread apart that they end up just being wild hiking trails. Yeah, you can't just, not easily. Like, if I know that I need to unclip, I can prepare my, like the positioning of my foot to make it easier to unclip. All I have to do is like twist my heel outward, but if I come to a sudden stop because the hill defeats me and I'm not ready for it, like it just kind of defeats me mid like pedal stroke, then yeah. But this is nice because now we're getting into like the rolling areas where we're constantly going either up something really steep or coasting down something nice and rolling. Now, these roads are pretty popular for motorists, people just driving through, admiring the trees. They're also really popular for motorcyclists, but it's also not very heavy traffic. But you will always see vehicles out this way. And yeah, here we go. This is where all just becomes a really bad hill. It doesn't translate over so well in video. I don't know what it is about our eyes being there in person that helps see the slope better, but cameras just don't do it. Yeah. It is literally like just wide enough for 2 cars. And we've got like people like parking on the shoulders, making it even narrower. Have we reached it? Is this Prior Lake? Now, I shared the photos of this ride in the Discord previously when I went on this ride. And yeah, I'm just kind of slowly rolling down because I didn't want to catch anyone off guard. Is you looking forward to mountain time? Mountain time? What do you mean? Yeah, blue-green algae bloom. Fun, fun. But yeah, I don't think I'd ever been to this place previously. Oh, nice. That sounds fun. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever previously driven to this lake. I think people come out here to fish every now and then. I don't know how popular it is. I don't think anyone would really come out here to swim. It looks very weedy, but still really nice. Oh my god, I was so like worried about dropping my phone while I was out here. Like, my phone is narrower than the slats in these boards. But I wanted to make sure I was getting some decent shots to be able to share. Right? I still don't have a case for my phone, and I really should. Not that a case would really help if it dropped into a lake, but... And this little, like, connector thing just seemed so weird and janky. But it was a really neat location. Oh, actually, wait, now that I've seen a couple glimpses of the shoes that I'm wearing in this, and the pedals on the bike, yeah, I didn't have my clipless set up yet. So it was really just the hill defeated me. And we haven't even gotten to that part yet. I'm trying to remember back to it before we even get there. I think I did have a vehicle coming up behind me as well. So that may have shaken me a little bit. It gets a little more tight and windy after this nice parkland area. But yeah, there's so many like pullouts everywhere for hiking trails that just weave their way all over the Highlands. It's awesome. For anyone that loves the outdoors, Vancouver Island is really a must-see destination. Oh, and this is the heaviest bike I own. Well, second heaviest bike third heaviest bike I own. No, second heaviest bike. I won't count the trike as a bike because the trike is a trike. Yeah, see, they just came out from another one of those trails. Bridge. Dude sitting on a bridge. But yeah, the heaviest bike I own is that black cruiser, and it's just big and bulky heavy. And this is just a overbuilt jump bike, so like it's meant to be able to withstand heavy impacts. Winding mountain roads always scare me. Yeah, I don't like driving on them so much anymore, just because all the ones out here have just gotten a lot busier, and just as our population has really overgrown our infrastructure. And yeah, so now this is all just uphill again. I think it was a school bus, now that I think about it, that comes up behind me here. But yeah, this is just long hill. I try and keep myself seated for as long as I can. As handy as it is, there are people that live up in the Highlands here. So there are houses all the way out here. There are like little hidden driveways every now and then. But yeah, I try and keep myself seated because, I mean, standing up can give you a really good boost when you need it. But because you end up engaging more of your core muscles, you do burn more calories and therefore need to fuel more. So I try and conserve energy where I can. I rather pedal a little more and slightly increase my distance by weaving. Oh yeah, and here I missed... I think I missed... There's a trailhead that I'm looking for. It's supposed to lead out somewhere else. Yeah, I'm looking down at my GPS saying that I'm off course. Yeah. I missed it because it looked like it was closed off at one point. And I don't know that they ever like officially reopened it. I think they're leaving it as Fire Road again. So I'm like a little stumped because I've never done this route before. I just saw on the map and it looked good. Looked neat, looked like it would be fun. Maybe this isn't the video where the... Yeah, never mind. This isn't Mun Road. Mun Road is where the bus spooked me. So I don't think that'll be happening in this video. I don't think I get defeated by the hill either. I'm just lost. I mean, Highlands isn't a bad place to be lost, so. It's beautiful. There's people. The occasional cougar and bear. Yeah. I can go on for a little while more before I decide maybe I need to go back further. Yeah, looking down at my little GPS map, I'm definitely off course. Yeah, I thought maybe the route had glitched and was gonna like recorrect itself if I got further away from that spot. But it never did, so. However, so not here on Vancouver Island in any of my recent rides, but when I was over doing my bicycle mechanic certification on Quadra Island there, we definitely got stalked in the night when I was returning from a late night grocery shop. We're still not really sure what it was, but it definitely wasn't a deer. Because no deer I know growls, or sounds like it weighs more than a couple 100 pounds. But yeah, so this was the fire road that I was looking for. There's a lot of this sort of stuff on Vancouver Island still. Like gravel roads and logging roads. Connecting a lot of the far out districts. Yeah, exactly. Only predators have front-facing eyes. But yeah, this was kind of neat. This nice little gravel access road again. It was starting to get like a little gray and overcast. But it was still pretty warm, if I recall. I think I get lost again a little further up. But yeah, the ground here is still a little muddy in spots. We get a fair amount of rain through September. But yeah, like not 100%. Oh look, Raven. I'm not like 100% certain of my routing. Because like I said, I've never actually been out this way before. This was me deciding to scout out some new trails. So, in a while, you start hearing me talk a little louder to myself. Just so I'm making extra noise for anything that may be in the bushes. As I'm unsure of my location and surroundings. You want to befriend a raven? That'd be neat. But yeah, see, there's houses here. Because, yeah, I'm looking at it, I'm like, this does look kind of like a service road. I can see entire tracks going up and down it. And as we'll see later on, it literally does just, like, end right at the road. But yeah, on, I believe it was Komoot that I was using for planning the route. It was based off of another suggested route there. But yeah, it's like a steep, hard-packed dirt. We're kind of like in the middle of nowhere in the Highlands right now. Kind of just crawling along. But I'm having a great time. I'm enjoying my time out here. Because it really did end up being like the perfect day for a ride. And like, so yeah, if this ends up being, you know, decent and semi-interesting to people, then yeah, I was thinking I can try and, well, for one, longer rides, because this one's only like an hour and 20. So longer rides, and then try and get some like B-roll footage stitched in there. So as we like hit certain destinations, record some stuff with my phone. Don't rely on the GoPro to do all of it. Nothing but up. Up and up and up and up. More hikers. Where's the doggo? One of the cell towers. But yeah, now we're like... We're like... in like the Badlands area? I don't know what else to call it. There's literally nothing here but the power lines. There is a roadway that we're coming up on eventually that just winds through the Highlands. But yeah, there's like this huge... I mean, it's not even really that industrial. Like, it is just all this nice overgrown green. But it is literally just this band cut through the land. That's just the power lines. It's a shame I didn't get a better look at it. 'Cause yeah, it's interesting. yeah, see, we just kind of drop out. Back out into one of the Highland roads. I can't recall what the name of this road is. I do have the recorded route map. Saved on Strava. Open on a Firefox tab right now. I don't know if that'll give us the names. But more hills. And yeah, the fire lines pass over us here. Yeah, just more little pullouts where people can like park, hop out, hit up some of the little side trails. Not a whole lot of traffic comes through here. There are people that live out this way, so there will be some vehicles every now and then. There are some industrial parks a little further out, like metal recyclers and whatnot. So sometimes you'll see some bigger vehicles come, like, speeding through here. People drive through here way too fast. So yeah, there's like this weird little like exposed section that we're on before we head back like into the forested area again. But yeah, not too long after I got my license, oh my god, that is so long ago now. I used to come out here like late at night and just cruise these hills. And yeah, lots of little hidden driveways and like access trails. Yeah, getting back into the foresty areas. And there's even more like hiking trails and pullouts. But it gets like super narrow again. Yeah, lots of motorcyclists love coming out through here. Because it's narrow, windy, and it's got like these nice rolling hills. The only downside is like our roads are shit. We don't have a lot of nicely paved roads. They do all this like stupid patching, which just makes everything lumpy. But yeah, now it's getting narrow to the point where I'm trying to like move. Oh, dogs. I'm trying to move like off the road. Just some nice cruising now. It's like a long, gentle downhill slope. Can't remember what park this is supposed to be. But it's just another little... Like, there's nothing there. I mean, obviously there's a nice forested area there, but like there's no structures or anything. But yeah, nice little parking lot that you can go there and do a lot more hiking, exploring. And now it starts going really downhill. I think I looked down and clocked myself doing 50 at one point. Here, let me look this up again. So that's 31 miles per hour. That's just on coasting because of the hill, and I'm still coasting at this point. Okay, now I'm starting to pedal and to keep the momentum up. Because I know that, yeah, we're back into a little bit more of a roller. But yeah, now we're getting into like the farmlands, which is kind of cool. So you start seeing like big open fields, a lot of these little farm stands off on the sides. And nice like gated driveways. But yeah, because there's not really much of a shoulder here, I'm literally like trying to line up driveways with cars. So I'm pulling out far enough. And yeah, there are quite a few cyclists that do come out this way, just because it is nice rolling, lots of really fun hills if you don't mind the climbing. I think I end up coming up on another pair of cyclists not too far from now. But yeah, like really narrow, you can see when like vehicles are like passing each other. There's literally just the width of the paint line between them. And this is me being a dumbass when I'm pedaling downhill. And yeah, I hit like 50k again. That stresses you out. Yeah, no, the roads are really tight. People don't just casually drive there unless they're confident in their driving, or unless they like live there. And yeah, lots of breweries and cideries out this way as well. Vineyards. Again, not a whole lot of a shoulder before like just a big ditch. So not ideal, but... Oh, Toby. And just up and up and up. So yeah, on top of the road, speed limit around these areas is 30 and no one really follows it. So yeah, that should be like 18 or 19 miles. But still, lovely areas. And then yeah, they encourage single file here. But I don't know about that so much because like all the cars want to be going fast around here. I don't want to be holding them up. I can get run over. Well, but we are coming up on the galloping goose that I was talking about earlier. Yeah, trailhead starts, well, not starts here, but that's where I was hopping on. Oh, Toby. So I forgot to turn the camera back on when I got on initially. We didn't get too far before I realized it was off. But yeah, so this is the galloping goose. It spans quite some distance from out past Souk all the way out to downtown Victoria. And it's got like several access points. It used to be an old, yeah, it used to be an old rail line. And just on the left here is where I'd turn off if I wanted to go to the ENN rail trail, which just heads out towards Esquimalt to get downtown instead. Man, the Thetis Lake area that we were at earlier on in the ride is just off to the right here, not too far. This is another thing that I love. Oh yeah, yeah, it's really nice bike. But this area here, there are several places like this along the goose here. You know, a nice little rest area where you can like lock your bike up. There's a bike rack further back here as well. But yeah, covered area where you can get out of the sun right here. They've got a water fountain with a water bottle fill station. Yeah, the nice full bike rack. There's a parking lot just out of frame here. Another parking lot just out of frame here. The washrooms are always open. They're wheelchair accessible. And there's enough room in each of those stalls. They're each single occupant, but there's enough room in each of those that you can put your bike in there while you're in there. So I've never had to lock my bike up here. But there's several of these along the multi-use trails, which is awesome. And oh my god, so many. These are all blackberry bushes on the sides here. Actually, about this time of year now, so coming up on August and through August is when they start to go ripe. So good for coming out for berry picking. The goose is just surrounded by blackberries. Oh. But yeah, I love this. And because it's a old rail line, nothing on the goose is ever too steep. Like, there are some slight hills, but because it was old trains don't do hills. So yeah, it's not the most direct route to get from community to community, but it is fairly level. And usually pretty well protected. Another great part about it. Okay, so yeah. If I wanted to go back to that Thetis Lake area, I would have taken this right turn off here. The other thing that I love about the old rail lines, they kept a lot of these old bridges. And they just kind of refinished them.
Everything okay? Okay.
And then yeah, I don't know if you heard me there. Anytime I see someone like sitting near their bike, I would like make sure that they're fine, like they're not having a mechanical issue or whatever before I just ride past. I don't know, you never know when they may be riding past you and you may need their help. So you might as well offer assistance. But more of these blackberry bushes all over again. It's so good. So I plan on taking my bike trailer out here with a few ice cream buckets. And yeah, so many people use the goose, so it's great. Oh yeah. No, it's nice to get the berries because you can just freeze them too, right? So you can keep them for quite some time. Oh, this stupid computer chair just keeps slowly sinking, but it's also like getting worse, so it's not so slow anymore. Sometimes it's fine though, which is weird. Not quite figured out why. Raspberry bush. Nice. Yeah, we've got raspberries up front of our house. We usually grow raspberries. Yeah, there's so much wild. It's Himalayan blackberry that just grows rampant on the island. But yeah, I just love the goose corridor. Where the railway put that? Oh, dip big time. So, actually, another fun, wild fact. In my lifetime, I have seen this as a functional rail trail. And seen it as a multi-use trail. Rail line, yeah. I've ridden on the goose. There's still other like rail lines that we have, but they're also dead right now. We don't have any trains. There's been talk about reviving it as light rail for the island, which would be kind of cool. Really helpful now that our communities are growing. A lot of them converted, yeah. Ooh. Go back here just a sec. Here we go. Fun fact. So here in BC, I don't know if the road lots are any different anywhere else in Canada, but as far as I know in BC here, so all of our sidewalks always have the white solid lines delineating the crosswalk, and then they'll either have these white squares on the borders or just solid white lines on the borders. Now, there's a difference between the two. If it's a solid white line, it's a standard pedestrian crosswalk. You have to dismount and walk. If it is these dotted squares, it delineates that cyclists are allowed to ride across. So we don't have to dismount, we just have to look both ways and make sure it's clear. Well, that's kind of cool. Oh yeah. If I think that there might be other people riding near me, like I could hear him coming up, and I get to an intersection first, I yell clear if they're nearby. Or if there's a car coming, I'll let them know, hey, there's a car coming, that's why I'm slowing down. But yeah, I think it'd be fun to do more things like this, if people were interested. Because yeah, it'd be a lot of fun to go like downtown, through Beacon Hill Park, all the waterfront. I have a 60-kilometer, I call it the Victoria Tour. And so it goes out this section of the Goose, out till I hit the ENN, to hit the Esquimalt, to get to the downtown Inner Harbor. Then I ride the downtown waterfront all the way up around downtown Victoria. Then I come back through the Galloping Goose. And there's a lot of neat things to see. So yeah, at this point I've veered off of the Goose onto a segment that they call the ENN Galloping Goose Connector. Again, a stupid steep hill, because this wasn't part of the rail line. This was always a road for cars. Getting you ready for bedtimes? Idle. Take care, cuttlefish. Ooh, coming up right here on the left. Not this driveway. Oh wait, the next driveway is the Millstream Miniature Llama Farm. Yeah, this big white hanging sign here. Yeah, Millstream Miniature Llamas. They have a llama farm. This is so fun. They're miniature llamas. I think? Oh god, no, I'm not sure. I was pretty sure it was like a breed of miniature llamas. My grandfather used to have a property not far from here. Oh my god. I forgot about this. I don't mean to like go back and laugh, but this dude is so focused on what he's doing. His kid's trying to talk to him. And he's not really communicating very well with his kid, so his kid stops to probably try and get better clarification from his father. And his father tries to veer around him for whatever reason instead of like slowing down and stopping. So you can see he bailed.
You okay?
And yelling across to see if he's okay.
Everything alright?
But yeah, the adult's busy throwing a tantrum. He's like, right? But like, watch. So he gets up. His kid's checking on him, trying to make sure he's okay. His kid's, you know, feeling sorry that he may have caused this accident. But look, he's like throwing his bike up and down into the ground as he's trying to walk away. The whole time he's like cussing to himself, but like kind of giving his kid shit. And I'm like, wow. Dude, you did that to yourself. Hey. Nah, you're not totally wrong. I was a little rage machine growing up. It wasn't until I had like somewhere around my mid-20s where I just kind of learned the dude way and just kind of found chill. Oh, and yeah, I don't think I've ever bordered on the whole like toxic masculinity thing. But yeah, here we're passing under another one of the rail lines. I love this. It's so cool. But yeah, so this part wasn't part of the rail line. This is just pathing that they built to connect to it. So again, all super steep stuff, but really neat. And yeah, you can see like everyone's backyards from here. Oh jeez. And yeah, I've been seeing quite a few of these lately. The mobility scooters and whatnot. And I think it's pretty awesome. I mean, anyone out enjoying nature or just out enjoying being out inside, it's good. Sure, it's not real exercise, but they're getting fresh air. They're getting fulfillment. Yeah, there's a fair amount of e-bikes that go by. You can't be distracted by llamas and angry men. What about angry miniature llamas? Oh yeah, and this is cool. So this school has an overpass to get over the train track, the walking path, over to the main road. It's been around forever. I love it. I've gotten to cross it a couple times. I still, even though I've lived here forever, don't know exactly how to get to this school other than taking this goose connector. Like, I have no idea where this school is, like, physically located within my vicinity. It just exists within this. As far as I'm concerned, it's fucking Hogwarts. Wait, if there's footage of a rogue llama coming out and spitting at you? Oh, no, unfortunately I don't have that with me. Maybe one day. Ooh, actually, another fun thing though. One of the backyards coming up has a mini submarine in it. Like a legitimate personal submarine. Not one that I'd trust to go down in, but it counts. I don't know if I was looking at it for this ride. It's still coming up though. And yeah, you can still see the rail track beside us here. Oh yeah. The yellow mini sub right there. It's got a little purple perspex or whatever the material is. I can't remember what they use for the domes, like the glass. It's not real glass or whatever. But yeah, a tiny yellow submarine. And it's always there, so like, they're holding on to it. Okay, go get some sleep, cuttlefish. You keep getting distracted. And now we are in the district of Langford. Actually, this parking lot right on the left here. Like, look, Llama Farm, Angry Man Child on a submarine. That, yeah, that's a quote. Building right here on the right is actually the West Shore RCMP. That's our police building. And then right here, we have Goldstream Bicycles. Awesome little bike shop. Been around forever. Great service. And still didn't hire me though. But I understand the economy was not in the best spot at the time. Oh yeah, and buddy here is looking for directions. I was able to help him. I can't remember. I think he was trying to get to Halley Park. Or not Halley. Yeah, I told him about the other people that I'd run into. It was actually a really good day. I had a lot of fun being up that day. There we go. Crossing here. We're on the Veterans Road. There's a Veterans Memorial Park just behind us. This is a parkway. It's not quite a highway. Everywhere around is usually like 50 kilometers an hour. The parkway is 60 kilometers an hour. Boston Pizza. I haven't been in there in forever. But I liked their baked Alfredo. Curry King. My partner for the TDC is from around here somewhere. But yeah, we're not quite near where we started again. But yeah, been doing so much development out in this area. I think these buildings that we see on the right, I think they're done now. Because like I said, this footage is from September 24. But yeah, we're heading from Langford in towards Millstream at this point. Awesome little parkway, but it gets like so windy. Just because it's so open. Now, at this point, what I normally do now is I'll go from riding in this lane to riding on this dotted line in between these two lanes of cars. Because I want to go straight over this overpass. Because what you're going to see here, the way I used to do it, I don't like doing this no more. Yeah, so I'd be waiting in between these two lead cars. Because, yeah. I have to come up this bike lane. This is a bus pickup area. And I want to go straight over this overpass. This lane right beside me here is a turn lane. So I have to cut across this. This lane goes down on the highway. Not everyone is always paying attention. So yeah, normally I stay between those other lanes and it just brings me right up this dotted line, right into this bike lane. No issue. People see me ahead of them, and they know I'm between them. And at that point in the intersection, no one's legally allowed to be switching lanes anyway. I know some words of law aren't really a physical barrier, but so yeah, now that we've crossed this bridge, we've entered the district of Millstream. Just a little past Millstream, we get back into the Highlands again. I love this, because I can usually get up a fair amount of speed if I stayed in this bike lane and just keep going down this road. The other day I clocked myself doing like 45 to 50 just pedaling along here. But yeah, everything's just getting so developed now. I think there's a Tesla dealership up there. I don't know if anyone goes there anymore. But my god, so much traffic in Millstream. But yeah, here I usually just take the lane because we're in like a shopping district, so these are all basically parking lots. No one's moving at any great speed here. Cutting through. There's another like little neighborhood. I don't know what the name of this neighborhood is. I use it to cut through to get back to like the trailheads. It's always felt like a weird little community. All the houses look a little too similar. And then yeah, there's lots of these little like fire access roads. And tons more of these blackberries everywhere I go. There's always like blackberry bushes. Here's another giant one. And then yeah, we're gonna like, well, that was fun. Here, give me one moment. Okay, but yeah, here. So yeah, this is kind of where we went. Actually, no, we didn't go down. We came up this way, yeah. Because this was the part where we started around the highway, the Phelps connector. Coming right in, yeah, that's the Thetis Lake that I was talking about. Awesome place. People love to come, and there's a few places where you can get into the water just off of the trail here. And they'll swim out to the islands. And yeah, there's so many hiking trails. So many hiking trails. And then yeah, it was here that we're in the Highland Roads area. Coming up all the way through the Highlands. Yeah, Prior Lake. Where we stopped to take a nice little look off the dock here. And down here it's the elevation graph. Nothing was too bad this time. I've definitely done steeper where I got lost. Because this says it's Highland Road. And Highland Road should take me all the way through. And it did. We just got a little confused. And first I missed the, yeah, look at this. We missed the turn. And like zigzagged back and forth a bit while I'm deciding what to do, where I had to go. And then, yeah, it drops us off on Munn Road. And then it's pretty much a nice downhill, uphill roller coaster from there through the rest of the Highlands. Francis King area. Yeah. Where is Prospect Lake? Is this Prospect? No. Where is Prospect Lake? That's Pike Lake up there. Huh. Oh yeah, where I turned off letting cars pass. This was all Goose here. Yeah, once we go from Burnside West, here's the Galloping Goose. There's an awesome little coffee shop right in here called The Nest that I've yet to stop into. And I keep meaning to. But yeah, that was a lot of fun. I think the virtual tour thing was successful. There weren't too many people here for it, but those that were seemed to enjoy it, and those that heard of it after the fact seemed to be interested. It has been a good evening. I am gonna find us... Oh, you know what? Pearl or Gita is currently live. I think they're going by Pearl right now. So we're gonna give them a quick shout out. So thank you everybody for coming out and hanging out with me in this fine Monday evening. My name is Discord Wubhouse. I like to stream every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday here on the Twitch. If you are enjoying what we're doing here and you want to join us off stream for things like community nights, game nights, movie nights, all that wonderful stuff, we do that every Tuesday and Thursday in our Discord server. We are going to be doing a game night tomorrow evening at 5 p.m. We're also watching Avatar: The Last Airbender for our movie nights currently. If you are joining us for the raid, here is our raid message. Again, thank you all for being here. I had a great time. I hope you were entertained. Please, remember to take care and stay awesome. Until next time. Bye-bye.